If you love history, you'll love this, a tale of ambition, courage, and the relentless pursuit of the unknown. We're about to embark on a journey back in time, to an era of grand exploration and daring voyages. Prepare to be captivated by the story of one of history's most audacious expeditions. Magellan's crew sailed where none had dared. They faced treacherous storms, navigated uncharted waters, and stared into the face of the great unknown. Imagine the sheer bravery, the unwavering determination it took to venture into the vast, unforgiving ocean, with no guarantee of return. Ferdinand Magellan, a Portuguese navigator with an impossible dream, a dream that would forever change the course of history. He was a man driven by an insatiable curiosity and a burning desire to prove that the world was round and that the Spice Islands could be reached by sailing west. Rejected by his homeland Portugal, he turned to Spain with a revolutionary proposal. Portugal, blinded by its own established roots and political rivalries, failed to recognize the genius of Magellan's vision. Undeterred, he sought the support of the Spanish crown, presenting them with an opportunity to claim a new path to riches and glory. To reach the Spice Islands by sailing west, not east, a radical idea that challenged the established norms of navigation and trade. Magellan argued that by sailing west around the Americas, a new shorter route to the Spice Islands could be established, bypassing the Portuguese-controlled routes around Africa. The Spice Islands, modern-day Indonesia, held treasures worth more than gold. Nutmeg, cloves, cinnamon, and pepper were highly prized commodities in Europe, used not only for flavoring food but also for medicinal purposes and preserving meat. Control of the spice trade meant immense wealth and power. But could they reach them by sailing west around the unknown Americas? This was the million-dollar question. The Americas were a relatively new discovery for Europeans, and their western coastline remained largely uncharted. Magellan's plan hinged on finding a passage through or around the continent, a feat that many considered impossible. The Treaty of Tordesillas had divided the world between Spain and Portugal. This agreement, sanctioned by the Pope, essentially carved up the newly discovered lands outside of Europe, granting Portugal control over territories east of a designated meridian and Spain control over those to the west. Magellan's voyage would directly challenge this established order, potentially redrawing the map of global power. 5 ships were prepared for this unprecedented journey. The flagship Trinidad, commanded by Magellan himself. 270 men from across Europe joined this dangerous expedition. Enough food and water for 2 years, or so they hoped. On September 20th, 1519, they departed from Seville. The Atlantic crossing was the easy part of their journey. By December, they reached the coast of South America. For months, they searched the South American coast for a passage to the Pacific. The Rio de la Plata seemed promising but led only to fresh water. As winter approached, they established camp at Port San Julian. Harsh conditions led to mutiny. Magellan crushed the rebellion with iron will. The Santiago was sent ahead to scout for passages. She was wrecked in a storm, but her crew survived. A daring rescue mission saved the Santiago's men. On October 21, 1520, they found it, a narrow passage between towering cliffs. What would later be called the Strait of Magellan. They saw fires burning on the southern shore, Tierra del Fuego, the land of fire. The passage was a maze of channels, rocks, and violent currents. The San Antonio, carrying most of their supplies, turned back and deserted. Now only 3 ships remained for the greatest challenge ahead. On November 28, 1520, after navigating the treacherous straits now known as the Strait of Magellan, the fleet emerged into a seemingly endless expanse of water. They entered a vast, calm ocean, a stark contrast to the storms and challenges they had just overcome. The relief was palpable, a moment of respite in their arduous journey. Overwhelmed by the tranquility of these waters, Magellan, in a moment of profound optimism, named it Pacific, the peaceful sea. It was a name born of hope, a testament to the promise of safe passage and new discoveries. Little did he know, the ocean's calm surface concealed a trial far greater than any storm they had weathered. But this peaceful appearance would prove to be cruelly deceptive. The vastness of the Pacific, its very emptiness, became their greatest adversary. The promise of an easy voyage dissolved into a harrowing struggle for survival. For 99 days, an eternity at sea, they saw nothing but water. No land, no islands, no sign of civilization. The horizon remained a cruel, unchanging circle, mocking their hopes of finding sustenance or refuge. The sun beat down relentlessly, and the nights offered little comfort. Food ran out. The ship's stores, once plentiful, dwindled to nothing. Desperate, They resorted to eating leather from the ship's rigging, soaking it in seawater to soften it, and chewing on sawdust, a meager substitute for nourishment. Rats, once unwelcome pests, became a prized source of protein, hunted and devoured with grim satisfaction. Scurvy, the scourge of long sea voyages, claimed many lives. The lack of vitamin C ravaged their bodies, men's gums bled, their teeth fell out and their limbs became swollen and painful. The stench of sickness and death permeated the ships, a constant reminder of their dwindling chances of survival. Each day, more bodies were committed to the deep, a somber ritual marking their slow descent into despair. Some crew members, their bodies weakened and their spirits broken, begged to turn back. They pleaded with Magellan to abandon the quest, to seek salvation in retreat. The murmurs of mutiny grew louder, threatening to shatter the fragile unity of the expedition. But Magellan, a man of unwavering conviction, pressed on, driven by an unshakable determination to reach the Spice Islands. He refused to yield to despair, his eyes fixed on the horizon, his will unbent by the suffering around him. He was a leader who inspired both fear and loyalty, a force that kept the expedition from collapsing into chaos. With primitive navigation tools, relying on the stars, the compass, and rudimentary maps, they sailed into the complete unknown. Each day was a gamble, a test of their skill and endurance. They were pioneers, venturing into uncharted waters, guided only by their faith in Magellan's vision and their own will to survive. Each day brought them closer to complete disaster, to the brink of starvation, dehydration, and death. Yet with each sunrise, they found the strength to continue, to face the relentless emptiness of the Pacific with a mixture of fear and hope. Their ordeal was a testament to the limits of human endurance, a harrowing chapter in the history of exploration. On March 6, 1521, they finally spotted land, the island of Guam. The starving crew rushed ashore for fresh water and food. The local Chamorro people provided much-needed supplies. 10 days later, they reached the Philippine Islands. At Cebu, they were welcomed by the local ruler. Magellan began converting the locals to Christianity. But on nearby Mactan Island, Chief Lapu-Lapu refused to submit to Spanish authority. Lapu-Lapu was a fierce warrior who would not bow to foreign invaders. Magellan decided to demonstrate Spanish power through force. On April 27, 1521, Magellan led 49 men against 1,500 warriors. The battle was fierce and chaotic. Ferdinand Mellin fell, struck down by Lapu-Lapu's warriors. The surviving Spanish forces retreated to their ships. Juan Sebastian Elcano took command of the expedition. Only 2 ships remained, the Trinidad and the Victoria. They finally reached the Spice Islands, their original destination. The Trinidad broke down and had to be abandoned. Only the Victoria, with 47 men, continued the journey home. They rounded the Cape of Good Hope, entering familiar waters. On September 6, 1522, they sighted the Spanish coast. 3 years and nearly 3 months after departure, they returned to Seville. Of the original 270 men, only 18 survived. They had accomplished the impossible, the first circumnavigation of the Earth. They proved the Earth was much larger than anyone had imagined, and revealed the true vastness of the Pacific Ocean. Ferdinand Magellan's voyage was more than just a journey. It was a profound turning point in human history. Before Magellan, the world was a puzzle with many missing pieces, a collection of fragmented continents and poorly understood oceans. Maps were incomplete, trade routes were limited, and the true size and shape of our planet remained a mystery. This daring expedition shattered those limitations, ushering in a new era of global awareness. It opened new trade routes that would reshape global commerce, connecting East and West in ways previously unimaginable. The Pacific Ocean, once a vast and largely unexplored barrier, became a highway for ships laden with spices, silks, and other precious commodities. This newfound connectivity fueled economic growth, spurred innovation, and laid the foundation for the interconnected world we live in today. The implications of these new routes extended far beyond mere trade. They facilitated the movement of people, ideas, and cultures, leading to a complex and dynamic exchange that continues to shape our world. And began an era of unprecedented cultural exchange. The encounter between different societies led to a fascinating blend of traditions, beliefs, and artistic expressions. New foods, languages, and customs spread across the globe, enriching the lives of people in countless ways. While this exchange was not without its challenges and complexities, It undeniably broadened horizons and fostered a greater understanding of the world's diverse cultures. This period marked the beginning of a truly globalized world, where interactions between different societies became increasingly common and impactful. Though Magellan died before completing the journey, a tragic end in the Philippines, his vision made it possible. His unwavering belief in the possibility of circumnavigating the globe, coupled with his exceptional leadership and navigational skills, inspired his crew to persevere despite facing immense hardships. He charted a course into the unknown, proving that the world was indeed round and that the oceans were interconnected. His legacy is not just about completing a voyage, it's about challenging the limits of human knowledge and pushing the boundaries of exploration. The strait that bears his name, a narrow and treacherous passage at the tip of South America, remains a testament to human courage and determination. Navigating these waters requires skill, resilience, and a deep respect for the power of nature. The Magellan Strait serves as a constant reminder of the challenges faced by early explorers and the incredible feats they accomplished in their quest to understand our world. It's a place where the past and present converge, where the echoes of Magellan's voyage can still be felt today. His legacy lives on in every explorer who dares to venture into the unknown, whether they are charting the depths of the ocean, exploring the vastness of space, or pushing the boundaries of scientific knowledge. Magellan's spirit of adventure continues to inspire us to question, to explore, and to never give up on our quest to understand the world around us. He represents the best of human curiosity and the unwavering desire to push beyond the limits of what is known. Would you dare follow his route? Imagine retracing his steps, navigating the same oceans, and experiencing the challenges and wonders that he encountered. While a full circumnavigation might not be feasible for everyone, exploring parts of his journey can offer a unique perspective on history and a deeper appreciation for the courage and determination of early explorers. Consider visiting the Magellan Strait, exploring the Spice Islands, or delving into the history of the Age of Exploration. Let me know if you want the full story of other great explorers. There are countless tales of bravery, innovation, and discovery waiting to be told. From the voyages of Zheng He to the expeditions of Lewis and Clark, the history of exploration is filled with fascinating stories that continue to inspire and captivate us. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let me know which explorers you'd like to learn more about. Thanks for joining this incredible journey through history. I hope this exploration of Magellan's voyage has sparked your curiosity and inspired you to learn more about the world and the remarkable individuals who have shaped it. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep seeking new adventures.